Insert David S. Pumpkins right now for no good reason.
What's my name?
David S. Pumpkins!
Any questions?
Yes! Several!
Already. Right. I think the way this is going to play out this year is I'm going to do the gameplay first and then unbox the pack. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, here goes some Jyhad, which had some controversy. So they changed the name to Vampire. And it looks like I have no actual vampire. I only have Jyhad. Yeah, Jyhad became a controversial word. And this booster box has like 1 million packs in it too. So, and these are like $10 a piece. So, and they're 19 cards per pack. So that's crazy. But I think it's like 36 packs in here or something. Yeah, but I should have the majority of them. But anyway, let's check this joint out. Oh yeah, and you got 2 card backs. One for the coterie, which is the vampires that you start the game with. Start the game with 4 or something. 4 random, I think like from an extra deck. And then the rest of the cards are non-vampires, I believe. Something like that. Anyway, let's crack one of these guys. Got these for like a nice deal at the local comic store. So sometimes you can come up on a good deal at a comic store and not a game store. Yeah, but these things look to be like $10 a piece right now. Alright, so from the creators of Magic the Gathering, namely Richard Garfield, comes an entirely new Deck Master game, and it has the Deck Master on it like the back of a Magic card, Deck Master. Comes an entirely new Deck Master collectible trading card game based on White Wolf's popular storytelling game Vampire the Masquerade. Intended for 2 or more mature players, Jyhad pits rival vampires against each other in a struggle for control over the sinister world of darkness. 1994, one of the first CCGs. And so collab between Wizards of the Coast and White Wolf. Because White Wolf has the vampire universe with the I forget what all that stuff is, but I guess the World of Darkness stuff. And yeah, $2.75 when they first came out. Garfield Games, which he has his own podcast and stuff. But yeah, Richard Garfield. All right, 19 collectible cards, $10-ish pack. After 30 years. So, not that much appreciation, but not the worst though. Some games stay the same prices when they're released or less. Alright, we got a minor boon. Master out of turn. When a vampire, another Methuselah control goes to torpor. Okay, when a vampire, yeah, they could use some commerce or something maybe. When a vampire, another Methuselah controls goes to torpor, put this card on the vampire and prevent the vampire from going to torpor. In return, the vampire can't bleed you until it rescues a vampire you control from torpor, at which time the minor boon is burned. Yeah, not liking the kind of black blotches in there. Kind of would make it hard for some people to read. But I don't know, the font, the print, not the best, but you know, one of the first TCGs. Minor boon, and it's a master out of turn. So some cards, I forget the way this whole thing goes, but I got the video coming up. But so this one tells you can only play it out of turn, I guess, or maybe in turn and out of turn. But this game is cool because you can, every turn you always draw up to full hand size or something cool about it. But watch the video, the gameplay video. And then you've got these symbols or whatever. I forget what that's about, but 4 blood, whatever. Submachine gun, weapon gun, 3R each strike with an optional maneuver each combat. Whatever that means. Outcast mage. Those 2 symbols. All kinds of symbology in the game. 2 life. 2 R, 1 bleed, 1 optional maneuver each combat. And then the flavor text, Priest in black gowns were making their rounds and binding with briars my joys and desires. Somebody's a poet, and they already know it. All right, Thaddeus Zoe, mage, unique ally, 2 life, 2 R, 2 bleed, 1 optional maneuver per combat. Thaddeus can remove 1 blood from any controlled vampire as a D action, which would be at +1 stealth. Yeah, you got to learn a lot of stuff to play this game, but it's not the worst, not the best. Zach North, 2 hand damage, and this one looks to be so this is a brown back, which means it's a vampire that would be in the coterie. I think you have, in the beginning of the game, you have 4 vampires face down, and then I think you flip them up when the game begins, and then you have an extra deck of vampires you can draw from, the top deck, I believe. But yeah, Zach North, 2 hand damage, got those 4 symbols, so maybe you can only play these cards on this guy or something. I forget how it goes, but this guy can, so he's gonna have 6 beads on him, 6 red blood beads on him, and then when the guy loses all his beads, he dies. But you use the beads to pay for cards or something too, so got a lot of cool like key fours, moving the beads around and stuff. Real cool stuff. Yeah, but I've only played twice. Good game though. And he's from that Wolf faction. And yep, and they do have a recent Renegade Games as a vampire game too, but that was an LCG. Need to do a video on that too. Sabbath Threat, +1 stealth, prints, just a card, political card, worth 1 vote. Oh yeah, and the game is very political too, so it's best at like 5 players. I think that's the full complement, 5 players. We're playing a lot of politics in this game, like don't kill me, I'll do this, and you're trying to kill the guys to your left and right or something like that. Cool stuff. Name some of the Methuselahs, some or all of the Methuselahs. Successful vote means each named Methuselah gets 1 threat counter. A Methuselah loses 1 pool for each threat counter he or she has during... That is so stupid, just typing in all that. I mean, just he or she. Just be like there. During his or her untap. A Methuselah can never have more than 2 threat counters. A Methuselah can spin the edge to lose all threat counters he or she has. What a waste of words. Alright, and then let's text Adrian, 1 bleed, +1 bleed. And of course, that's a brown back. And of course, oh, okay, brown back again. Violet Priestess, those 2 symbols, 4 blood counters, that type. And then of course, green back, because it's not a vampire. Dead end ally, something, no escape, press, only usable to continue combat. The Barons, master unique location, tap to discard a card from your hand and draw a card from your library. So yep, it's using tap because they had it trademarked back then, tap. Saturday Night Special, weapon gun, 1 R for each strike with an optional maneuver each combat, 1 blood. 1 blood. Trap. Combat automatically has a press, only usable to continue combat each round. This continues until 3 rounds of combat pass with no cards being played by any Methuselah. Only usable before range is determined on the first round. Okay, now we got a Haven Uncovered. Master, put this card on any ready vampire. This vampire can be attacked by any minion as a D action. Defensive maybe, which would be at +1 stealth. This vampire can burn this card with an action, which also would be at +1 stealth. Come burrow through my ruins, shed not a tear. Balderain, the gladly dead. Like that art, we got a zombie, this old dude with the stake and flashlights, like that one. Cat's Guidance. Untap this vampire, only usable immediately after this vampire attacks. This one seems like an equipment or something. And then +1 intercept. I think he loves the Lady Knight. and feels akin to her, whose footsteps are as still as his, whose touch is in his fur. Lois Weekly McKay Knight. Army of Rats, +1 stealth. If successful, the Army of Rats is in play. During your untap, each round, your prey loses 1 pull, and any minion can burn an Army of Rats with a D action. And I think the win con is to get rid of all the opponent's vampires, to be the last one standing, I believe. Protean, Master Skill, play on a vampire. The vampire has Protean and 1 greater blood capacity. If the vampire already has Protean, it now has Superior Protean. This makes the vampire 1 generation older. Can be played on a vampire with Superior Protean. Okay, skill sounds like an equipment. Another nice art right there. Not the Hulk. +1. Yeah, so +1. Bribes. Only usable during a political action before votes are cast. Each Methuselah voting in your favor gains 1 pull from the blood bank, including you. Voting in your favor means not casting any votes against and casting at least 1 for. Cool. Effective management. Master, bring a vampire from your crypt to your inactive region. I don't know if crypt is like the vampire extra decked or the graveyard. I'm not sure, but they kind of sound like the same thing, so it's probably I don't know. Well, the coterie is, I believe, the available vampires not played. No. The coterie is the vampires that are out there. I forget. And Cauldron of Blood. Spooky art. Strike. We got the pentagram there. Or hex. I forget what that's called. Strike, 3 damage, not usable first round. Strike, 5 damage, not usable first round. Kindle low, Furnace of Souls, so as to serve a torch unturned. Will Father forgive? Yeah, cool stuff. Jyhad. Vampire, the Eternal Struggle. Yeah, got my extra cards. Got 2 decks. Shout out Jody, I think we played back in the day. But anyway, Oyo Games, like, comment, subscribe. Come back for some more Jyhad, Vampire the Eternal Struggle. Batman.